Good morning, everyone. Welcome. It is truly a pleasure to be here. I'm a guest of Brocade, of the Silicon Valley Leadership Group, and I appreciate their invite and appreciate your attendance today. And I really appreciate the chance to share some of Forrester's latest research in the arena of corporate sustainability and the role of IT and facilities professionals in improving companies' environmental responsibility and their sustainable business operations. And as you can tell, hopefully from the title of that talk, it's something different from what the mainstream of the program is today. So I'm here from Boston to provide a different geographical perspective. I'm also here to provide a different conceptual perspective on the topics that we're going to be addressing today. So I'm not going to talk about airside economizers. I'm not going to talk about kilovolts, megawatts, maybe not even negawatts. Instead, I want to talk about the organizational and behavioral imperatives for folks like you who work in facilities, who work in operations, who work in your company's IT organizations. I want to talk about how you can engage in active partnership and active collaboration across your organizations to improve your company's sustainability posture by making the IT organization a center of excellence for energy efficiency and for corporate sustainability. So that's my goal today, to set the context for active collaboration by IT leaders and their partners, whether they're in operations or facilities, elsewhere across the enterprise. I know this is a data center event, but I want to ask you to come with me on a little journey here toward a wider perspective on the role of information technology and the role of IT professionals in improving corporate energy efficiency and, just as importantly, improving corporate sustainability goals. You've got a charter from the top of the organization to do so. When you look across the industrial landscape these days, it doesn't matter what industry you're in, what country you're in, companies from the very top of their organizations are making commitments to being more sustainable. And you see some examples here in this picture. Companies in a whole variety of different industries making commitments right from the top of their organizations to improve the environmental sustainability, efficiency of their operations, the products they deliver, their internal operations, things like their buildings, facilities, and yes, data centers as well. Why are they doing that? Well, there's a whole variety of stakeholders who increasingly care about the sustainability of business operations and are using sustainability as a way of measuring business performance. That's true of customers, it's true of employees, it's true of shareholders, it's true of regulators or legislators. There's a whole variety of actions that companies are taking to satisfy this growing set of stakeholders who are scrutinizing the sustainability of their corporate operations. Every part of the company is involved. And for these leading companies and for many others, sustainability is no longer something off to the side, something being managed by their CSR organization, being managed by a separate sustainability organization. It's becoming embedded, intertwined with every aspect of a company's operations, and also intertwined with how companies measure their success. So we're seeing sustainability metrics increasingly become part of the key performance indicators that companies use to measure their success and report to constituencies about their success. Okay, so at this moment you're asking some version of this question to yourself. What does that have to do with me? What does that have to do with IT? What does that have to do with the topic of today, data center energy efficiency? And so my thesis and argument for you this morning is it has everything to do with IT. IT can be a catalyst, a central contributor, an enabler, in fact, I'm going to argue a leader across the entire organization as all of these different business processes, business operations, business functions in your company seek to improve their environmental posture and their sustainability. Because of the connectivity that IT systems have, because of the capabilities that IT organizations have around information capture and information management, because of the expertise that IT professionals have in analytics about that information, IT organizations are perfectly positioned to be both the exemplar, that is the role model for the rest of the company, but also the enabler for the rest of the company to improve the sustainability of their operations. So that's my theme for today. IT organizations will be both exemplar and enabler of more sustainable business operations. And I want to take you on a quick three-part journey to try and make that case with you. First, how does IT get its own house in order? That's the exemplar part of the program. Second, how do you partner with other business process leaders across the organization, other parts of the organization, to be an enabler for improving their sustainability posture? And then third, how do you get even beyond enabler to a leadership position within your company and your organization? So step one is clearly get the IT processes and infrastructure on a lower energy diet. And you're going to spend the day today really hearing a lot about the hows and whats that IT organizations in many different industries are pursuing. But let me take a little bit different perspective and share with you some data from survey work that we do with IT professionals around the world in large organizations across many different industries. And one of the things we ask them is, what role is your IT organization playing, not in green IT itself, but rather in setting and executing on a corporate sustainability strategy? And what we find is nearly half the companies we survey tell us that IT has a central role in both planning and executing the overall sustainability strategy for their company. So IT professionals are already stepping up to a role not just in improving the energy efficiency of their data center, not just improving the energy efficiency of the IT infrastructure across the company, but in helping to set and execute a corporate-wide sustainability strategy. And we'll look at some of the ways that IT organizations are doing that in just a minute. But first, let me answer the why question. Why are IT organizations doing this? So we ask our panel about 500 companies, IT organizations around the world. And the one-word answer that we get back is money. The two-word answer we get back is saving money. And sorry if this is not completely readable, the top two drivers that are increasing in frequency over the last 3 years of our survey. The first one is reducing energy-related operating expenses. The second one is reducing other IT operating expenses, like software licenses, like staffing, like facilities, square footage costs, and the like. And you see that those answers have been increasing over the 3 years now that we've been running our survey. Two answers that have been going in the other direction, the leftward-facing arrows there. Do the right thing for the environment. A very popular answer 3 years ago has become less popular over time. And complying with regulation, existing or prospective regulation, which has always been low on the list and is actually getting a little bit lower on the list. We look at that in a half-full way to say, well, that's actually a good thing. What we're seeing here is business drivers for energy efficiency, business drivers for thinking about the greenness or sustainability of IT operations, rather than regulation being imposed from outside the company, and rather than simple altruism that, well, this must be the right thing to do. There are business reasons that are driving IT organizations, cost reasons, risk reduction reasons that are driving IT organizations to behave in a more environmentally sustainable way. And to us, that makes it not a fad, not a fashion, but something that we think has real legs to continue for quite a number of years to come.